If you're giving a speech and suspect it might not be going well, just take a quick look at the audience. A new study from the University of California, Berkeley has revealed that our brains determine the average mood of a crowd by looking at facial expressions, and detect variance to reveal a mixture of emotions. These cues can be important social indicators, acting as signals for everything from alarm or boredom, to excitement, to help guide your actions, they say, especially as all of the crowd looks fed up. The researchers conducted a series of experiments to examine how the brain detects variance in a crowd, detailing the findings in the paper: mixed emotions, sensitivity to facial variance in a crowd of faces. Participants were shown sample sets of faces, some which showed the same or similar emotions, like anger, or a variety. Through these experiments, the researchers determined that mixed emotions in a crowd were indicative of a less reliable perception of the average mood. A homogeneous group, showing a uniform set of emotions, would make for the most reliable average. These cues can be used to help influence your next move in a social setting. A single angry or aggressive expression in a crowd full of different benign expressions is not surprising. Facing a homogeneous crowd of angry expressions is much more poignant and would be useful to perceive, the authors write. This is not simply a matter of judging the average expression. Rather, the sensed variance in the crowd can be used to modulate the value placed on the ensemble estimate. Given the same average expression, a more homogeneous group would signal a much more reliable estimate of the group expression or feeling. But, the researchers suggest that these perceived variant expressions, like boredom, may still be useful in determining the average. Our results suggest that we can recognize how united or divided the crowd is, which is useful for guiding our actions, study senior author David Whitney, a psychology professor, told Berkeley News. Politicians should be able to gauge how polarizing their speech is, and use that to help modify their talking points. The study largely reveals that the human brain is sensitive to variance in a sea of faces. Researchers now say further experiments are necessary to determine whether crowds appear as homogeneous in emotion, even with variance present.